Welcome to our farm.
Okay, here's what we got going on, folks. We have button quail that have finished hatching. It's like a day or two, I think it's 2 days past the hatch day that we let it keep going. And so we had one hatch out here on the outside, and we had one hatch there, all the way across the middle. All of those hatched, and nothing else hatched. So we're doing an egg autopsy. We're going to put them in here as we do it and see if they were fertile or not. You know, and sometimes the eggs are fertile at some point, and then they, by the time they're all sit around for a minute. Well, that looks totally infertile to me.
Yeah.
So there's one infertile. You know what it happens? Sometimes the ladies just miss. You know? Honestly, as squishy as it is, it's looking, yeah, infertile. Nothing but yolk. That's two. Now we got these from a lady in Crescent City, and she said if they were infertile or not viable, that she'd be happy to replace them. So we are doing this on video for the channel, but also so that she knows, you know, we're not just trying to rip her off. You know, these are not fertile. You know, she said her last hatch was 100%, which is pretty cool. Ours isn't this time. So there you go, another infertile. And just regular old egg. But that's good that she's willing to do that, and we're about to buy another 12 dozen Coturnix eggs from her. So if you all are interested in eggs, this lady's in Crescent City, and you can find her at Crescent City, Oregon. You can find her on Facebook Marketplace. But it looks like her boys missed her. The girls were playing hard to get these round. Either way, it's good data for the egg lady and for us, because it was our lowest hatch rate. So we have 6 really healthy little birds, so, and they hatched from one side of the incubator to the other, so we know it wasn't a hot. Now there's one started, but look, it didn't.
Oh, yeah. It
didn't go very far. So that one must have maybe been an old one or something wrong with it, because obviously it didn't go too far, you know. Kind of started, it's really young actually. Maybe it was an old egg, who knows. But there we go, another infertile one. But you know, in my opinion, if you're watching my channel and you're listening to my opinion, your egg supplier doesn't have to necessarily guarantee a hatch rate, because your situation could not work out. All right, that's obviously infertile though. Okay. Could not be right. But as you can look around this room, you see plants growing. This is a warm room, okay? It's perfect. We got blooming plants. These are asleep now, but they've been blooming all winter. So we put them in here to make sure that, first off, was going to be good. All right, there's one that was super little. I don't know. But it was fertile. Either way, fertile, mostly developed. You know, to me, this is a bad egg that should be replaced. This one's not their fault. You know, something maybe, it was definitely fertile. Another infertile. Another infertile. So let's pull this out, because it was technically fertile. Just something was obviously wrong with it. Cause so what I'm betting here, if you can see, these are just beginning embryos. What I'm betting here is that these two were maybe just a little bit older eggs, you know, or maybe even a bird had sat on it and started incubating it. Somehow it got warm. Another infertile. Another infertile. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fertile eggs. 6 hatched. 2 look like this.
Quit.
I mean, that's very early on. That's a few days in, and then it quit. And it almost, that's why I'm saying it almost makes me think it almost came to us like something that sat on and started early, because everything else either went full term except this guy. So we had this one right here that didn't really go full term. But we waited a couple days past the amount that you're supposed to do it. So it had a chance. But as you can see, for everybody else, this setup with the Nuture Right, we modified it so that I could hand turn these from the inside. It worked great. The ones that were fertile hatched wonderfully. We had 3 that didn't, so if you want to call that 6 out of 9, that's 66% hatch rate. That's way better than 25.
But they didn't hatch.
They didn't hatch, right. So we had 6 out of 9 fertile eggs hatch. But these right here, that's something wrong with the egg.
Mm-hmm.
This guy right here, I don't know what happened either, but he stopped for some reason, but he was pretty far along.
Mm-hmm.
But these 2, something was wrong with them. Anyways, thanks for joining. If you want to get some eggs from this lady, there's her information, folks. We're getting 10 dozen fertile Coturnix eggs in 2 days from her. These little buttons are adorable. Thank you for joining, and come back.